These razors kind of suck. So, kind of want to show this for the people that want to get into shading. Riz and Ree, my co-workers, I put screenshots of the page. They kind of put me onto this because I wasn't doing it 100% right. You know, you have the drop set method. This is how you do shading, right? You have your black is black, which is just black and nothing else. And I use not this one. We have ultra black, which is darker than this, and that's the darkest black, right? You have your half, 6 drops, 4 drops. This is a good set for like just any black melanin tones in general, because for black melanin tones you want to use less tones because we're darker. All of those small tiny tones, 1 drops, 2 drops, it's not going to show on us. So you kind of want to just use what works. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys can count, right? Half, you can do about half black. Yeah, like half, just a little half. About half. You fill this up. Once you're done, fill these up with the mixing solution. That's very tedious, very much tedious. Touching in general is kind of tedious. You gotta do some things over and over again. There's a lot of patience, shit like that. Kind of gotta take your time, just make sure, appreciation.
That's something for you, bro.
Yeah, my man got you right, nigga. That's y'all hot. Alright, chat. We did the line work so far for this first quarter sleeve. And pretty much what you do is you work in reverse in a way. I like to do my line work, and what I know for sure is going to be my darkest black, which is, you know, the faith, fear, and the star. You know, all my minor details. I did the outline of the clouds. It's not all the way packed in there, but that's fine because we're going to be shading outwards. Pretty much you want to use your ultra black, your darkest black first, and then from there you pretty much go in reverse. You go with your 4 or your lowest to get your lowest shades, your lowest tones, and then you can go in mid-tones, I'm sorry, and then your half. I'll show you everything pretty much. So what I'm going to do now, I like to do everything kind of at once. I'm going to do all of my low mid-tones with like a medium gray, not super light gray, because you know it's not really going to show on our type of skin. So it's like a medium gray. You can make this go as far as you want it to go. I like to bring it to the border, make it kind of go to my skin break area. It doesn't really matter how many times you go over it to make sure it's in there. Saying that it doesn't really matter how many times you get the mid-tone or the lightest tone, because no matter how dark it looks at first, it's going to heal super light, because that's the tone that we made it out to be, and it's going to heal as that tone, so you want to layer it in a way. Even with the mid-tone, you kind of mask your lines, which is what we're using it for, but we also are not too focused on masking the lines right now. We just want to get the mid-tone as far out as possible. And then from there you can use the number 6 to start masking those lines a bit more. And then you can use the half tone and the ultra black to get the darkest shades, like the corners and whatnot. If there are any artists that wants to correct me, feel free to do so. Just be polite about it. I don't know, a lot of old artists, they're very judgy. But your judgment means nothing if it's not, what's the word? Constructional. That's the word, right? Constructional criticism. Constructive. If it's not constructive, yeah. I have to get my vocabulary. Alright, so we're about to wipe this down. I did my lowest tone, which is about 4 drops. Did it all the way to the skin break line, or about that. We can already see how the shading looks. Looks pretty good. How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling.
Chilling. You making good time. Only did probably like an hour and a half. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to put my 6 drops, my mid-tone, and basically blend my lines in with the lowest shadings. Yeah, you see how some of these, like, it looks dark in certain spots, but regardless, it's gonna heal gray. It's already looking a little half decent. Now we just gotta put the finishing touches. Alright, so like I said, we did all of our low tone right here. This is all the lowest, our lowest tone, the 4 drop. So now we're gonna get into the mid tone and start blending out our lines. I'm right-handed. I like to start from the bottom right across. And do a bit of whip action. Try to really mask these lines. Make them look like they're not there, but get the lines to look like they're evaporating in a way. Okay. A lot of this is very tedious. Like I said, you're doing the same things over and over again, especially depending on the design. Like snakes, for example. Imagine lining the scales over and over and over again, doing every individual line, and then pretty much doing it all over again, because you have to shade it. And you know, in the words of a lot of great tattoo artists, if you want it done good, you should most likely do it twice. Alright, chat, we just did our half tone, which is gonna blend in everything together, make everything look 3-dimensional. And this piece right here is good. 100%. Well, 50% if we count this right here. But yeah, now we can take a little breaky break.
Radio is the most personal medium out there. Voters hear the real you, exactly the way you want to hear it. No filters, no AI, just your